Hi, I'm Anna Marie Jehorek from PullOverandLetMeOut.com. And today I'm going to tell you about 7 favorite bed and breakfasts I found along Virginia's I-95 corridor. The I-95 corridor in Virginia is busy, and that goes without saying. However, this heavily traveled stretch of highway is usually a midway point for travelers heading to destinations north and south along America's east coast. So with that in mind, I ventured out to explore an often overlooked form of lodging along I-95, the bed and breakfast. So why choose a bed and breakfast over a hotel? Well, there's an abundance of reasons. Comfort, the experience, it's more personalized. Oftentimes, bed and breakfast can accommodate special dietary needs if you let them know in advance. So what about the cost? Well, just like hotels, depending upon the inn and the amenities they offer, the prices will vary. But that being said, the cost of a bed and breakfast is comparable to a hotel stay. But at a bed and breakfast, it's more than the night stay. It's more about the experience. So who's the typical bed and breakfast customer along the eastern coast, the East Coast or I-95 corridor? I received a variety of answers from the innkeepers that I met, but the most common reply was actually Civil War travelers. Nevertheless, Civil War tourists aren't the only ones who travel I-95 in Virginia, and bed and breakfasts are ideal for couples looking for romantic getaways, or business travelers, or just a comfortable night's stay. And here are 7 bed and breakfasts that I discovered along I-95 in Virginia. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Richard Johnston Inn. Now, the Richard Johnston Inn is an upscale 18th century inn located in historic Fredericksburg. It was constructed in 1770 by one of the actual signers of the Declaration of Independence, John Taylor. The Richard Johnston Inn is located on Caroline Street, right in the heart of the downtown historic district and just across the street from the Visitor Center in Fredericksburg. The building is historical and has a fascinating story, and it played a role in the city's history. The property features several guest rooms and a beautifully decorated suites as well. And I had the pleasure of spending the night in room number 4, the Frejus, which is a French name. And the bed was incredibly comfortable, and it was a really cold night out, but I was toasty warm the entire time. I was welcomed by the innkeeper, Lindy, and the business liaison, Misty, and they made me feel right at home. And when I left the next day, I swore I would return again to spend the night at the Richard Johnston Inn. The next one is the 1890 Caroline House. Now, this is also located in historic Fredericksburg off of 95, and it's the sister property of the Richard Johnston Inn, and it's situated just a block and a half down the street, kind of kitty corner from the Richard Johnston Inn. And it is centrally located as well, near shops and restaurants, and it's just a short walk from the train station. The guest house is this guest house is the epitome of Victorian style. It's fondly referred to as the Shady Lady by historians, and it has elegant rooms and a suite that you just have to see to believe. It's richly appointed and decorated, and you'll think you've stepped back in time to 1891, the year the house was built. However, today it has all of the modern conveniences available to make a comfortable stay. At their website, they say, it's more than accommodations, it's a memory, and that really holds true at the Caroline House. The next one I stopped at was Lavender Heights Bed and Breakfast. And this one is perched high on a hill overlooking historic Fredericksburg in the village of Falmouth on the heights of the Rappahannock River. Jenny, the innkeeper, was incredible, took me around and touring. The original section of the home was built in 1873, and now today it's grown, they've expanded and added on, but it's a sprawling home, and they welcome guests seeking a memorable bed and breakfast experience. Outside, you can stroll around the gardens. The gardens are gorgeous. There's a great big barn with a mural painted on it, and the gardens attract all kinds of songbirds, so there's always some kind of activity in the garden, and the view is just breathtaking because you sit high up looking over the city of Fredericksburg below. The rooms inside are warm and welcoming, and you can enjoy a full breakfast before departing the next morning or setting out to explore the area. Lavender Heights is situated on Stafford Heights, just between the Belmont Estate, which was artist Gary Melcher's home, and then Chatham Manor it's only minutes from the historic downtown Fredericksburg area, as well as Fredericksburg National Cemetery, and the University of Mary Washington. Next, I have Braehead Manor. Braehead Manor is surrounded by 27 lush acres and is steeped in history. It's also in Fredericksburg, and it's situated within the bounds of the Fredericksburg National Battlefield Park. The large home was completed just before the start of the Civil War, and it quickly became an important landmark. General Robert E. Lee had breakfast here the morning of December 13, 1862, just prior to the First Battle of Fredericksburg. And the black walnut tree out in front is affectionately called the Traveler Tree because it was here that Robert E. Lee tied up his horse Traveler that morning while he was inside. It was restored in 2011, and today there are still signs of days gone by, such as a bullet hole in the front door or bayonet marks by the pocket doors and spur marks that come down the stairs. However, the accommodations are tastefully in keeping with the period 1859 construction date, but it has all the comforts of today, modern bath facilities, Wi-Fi, all those important things. Braehead is also kid-friendly and pet-friendly, and the innkeeper, Karen Bain, she pointed out to me that she receives so many phone calls from parents who want their children to enjoy the uniqueness of staying in a bed and breakfast, so I thought I'd pass that along. The rooms are spacious, there are elegant bathrooms, and gourmet breakfasts are served with a side of history at Braehead Manor. Moving down the road, I found Shady Acres Bed and Breakfast. Now, if a rural retreat is more your style, then this B&B in Hanover, Virginia is a short distance from exit 98 north of Richmond and will not disappoint. Innkeepers Ralph and Gail Olberg welcome their guests to their charming country getaway, and they provide cozy accommodations, an incredibly comfortable sleep number bed, delicious Virginia chocolates, and a tasty farm-fresh breakfast in the morning. There's plenty of opportunity here for enjoying natural surroundings at Shady Acres. You can walk around the property or sit on the porch. You may even see wild turkey or deer or a bald eagle at this tranquil inn. I had the pleasure of staying the night at this one and enjoy the experience of meeting the chickens responsible for my morning meal. I can honestly say that's never happened to me at a hotel. Shady Acres is just a short distance from Richmond. It's at the same exit where King's Dominion is located, also the farm where famous horse Secretariat was born, and it's just 90 minutes south of Washington, D.C. Next, I made a stop in Richmond off of I-95, the Museum District Bed and Breakfast. Maybe you're looking for a place in the city, a B&B in the city. Well, you won't be disappointed with the Museum District Bed and Breakfast. This early 20th century home is in the heart of Richmond's historic museum and fan districts. The home was built in 1922, and it features spacious guest rooms, a private carriage house room, as well as large, cheerful common areas. Literally steps from the Museum of Fine Arts and the Virginia Historical Society. This bed and breakfast is within walking distance of several historic destinations. It's blocks from the unique Carytown district of Richmond, and just a short ride, maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes away from the downtown area of Richmond. Innkeeper Anna Currents welcomes guests to the distinctive bed and breakfast, offering a comfortable place to stay and an outstanding breakfast, all within close proximity of the exciting possibilities that Virginia's capital has to offer. And then the final one I discovered was Sense of Cedar Log Home Bed and Breakfast. Now this one is near Petersburg. If you've ever wanted to stay in a log home, the Sense of Cedar is the bed and breakfast for you. It's 4,800 square feet. It's a log home. It's a delightful escape. It's nestled on 5.5 acres in the woods in historic Prince George's County. And the entire interior is cedar logs, hardwood floors, and it's decorated in keeping with the woodsy theme. The property also has a lot going on around it. There's 3 guest rooms in the home, and then a cabin that is a private cabin sitting out on the edge of the pond. And there's also a pool, an amazing pool house with a fireplace that would be suitable for sitting in the evening, and then a covered barn that's waiting to host events, and it's really neatly decorated, and the innkeepers there, Bill and Kathy Parsley, they proudly welcome visitors to their charming log home amongst the trees. And that's the Sense of Cedar's Cedar, and that's in Petersburg, Virginia. And whatever reason you're traveling the I-95 corridor, it's nice to know that there's lodging options beyond the standard hotel chains. Sure, it's easy to hop off and exit and find a hotel on the interstate, but a bed and breakfast offers more than a bed and a generic room. Each B&B has its own style, appeal, and character. B&B owners take pride in offering a quality experience that's a refreshing twist and an enjoyable alternative minutes from an I-95 exit ramp in Virginia. Thanks for popping in, and I'll see you at PullOverandLetMeOut.com. Have a great day.